We remember World War II for its epic battles and famous generals, but beneath the headlines, another war raged in secret. Ordinary people, resistance fighters, became the hidden gears of the Allied effort, risking everything in occupied cities and towns. Imagine if these brave individuals had failed. The war could have dragged on, costing millions more lives and reshaping the world as we know it. The struggle for freedom wasn't just on the beaches of Normandy or the skies over London, but in the shadowy alleys of Warsaw, the mountains of Norway, and the halls of Munich. Their actions, though small, triggered avalanches of change. This story explores the unsung heroes who shaped history from the shadows. We'll meet the Polish underground state, Norwegian saboteurs, and the White Rose movement, each a testament to the power of ordinary people. Their courage was never guaranteed. Every act was a gamble with their lives and the world's future. Let's delve into this alternate history, honoring those who ensured our world didn't take a darker path. Their legacy proves that even the smallest acts of resistance can change the course of history. When Poland fell in 1939, the fight was far from over. The Polish underground state emerged, a secret government with its own courts, schools, and the formidable Home Army. Operating under Nazi noses, they educated children, printed underground newspapers, and built the largest resistance force in Europe. Their greatest weapon was intelligence, warning the Allies about concentration camps and smuggling V-2 rocket parts to Britain. Without them, the Soviets might have stalled. London could have suffered devastating attacks, and the world might have learned of the Holocaust too late. The Polish resistance was not just rebellion, it was a lifeline for Allied victory. Had they been crushed, a vital source of defiance and intelligence at the heart of Nazi Europe would have vanished. Their survival changed the fate of the war. In Norway's frozen wilderness, a handful of commandos faced a mission that could decide the fate of the world. At Vemork, Nazis raced to build an atomic bomb using heavy water. Operation Gunnerside, a daring raid by 9 Norwegian saboteurs, meant skiing across mountains, sneaking into a fortress, and planting explosives under the enemy's nose. Their success destroyed Nazi hopes for a nuclear weapon, forcing Hitler's scientists back to square one. If they'd failed, the Nazis might have built a bomb or used a dirty weapon to blackmail the Allies or halt D-Day. The Norwegian sabotage was more than a raid. It was a turning point that kept the atomic age out of Hitler's hands. Their courage prevented a nuclear nightmare. The world owes them more than we can ever know. Sometimes the fate of millions rests on the actions of a few. Resistance wasn't limited to occupied lands. Even inside Nazi Germany, some dared to defy. The White Rose, led by students Hans and Sophie Scholl, fought with words, not weapons. Their leaflets exposed Nazi crimes and urged Germans to resist, risking death for every pamphlet distributed. "We will not be silent," they declared, appealing to the conscience of a nation drowning in fear. The Gestapo caught them in 1943. Hans and Sophie were executed, but their message survived. Without the White Rose, post-war Germany might have lacked a symbol of moral courage, a reminder that not all Germans followed Hitler blindly. Their sacrifice became a foundation for a new, better Germany. Even in the darkest times, a few voices can light the way. The White Rose proved that resistance is possible, even at the heart of tyranny. Their legacy endures as a beacon of hope. Imagine a world where these resistance movements failed. German supply lines would have held, the Eastern Front might have turned, and the war dragged on with even greater bloodshed. Without Norwegian sabotage, Hitler's nuclear ambitions could have become reality. D-Day met with atomic terror, London held hostage. The moral cost would be immense. No White Rose, no proof of German descent, only a legacy of collective guilt. The message would be clear: resistance is futile and tyranny prevails. Democracy, art, and freedom would have been stifled for generations. The world as we know it would be unrecognizable, shaped by fear and oppression. The failure of a few could have doomed millions. The Polish underground, Norwegian saboteurs, and the White Rose remind us that history is shaped by ordinary people making extraordinary choices. Their courage shows that even small acts, passing a message, printing a leaflet, sabotaging a machine, can change the world. These hidden heroes fought in the shadows, often with nothing but hope and determination. Their stories deserve a place alongside the great battles and generals of history. By remembering them, we honor the power of resistance and the human spirit. Be curious. Seek out the untold stories in your own community. The world we live in was built on the courage of those who refused to be silent. Their legacy is a call to action. Even in darkness, stand up for what is right. The power to resist oppression lies within us all.